that I've actually gone live. Yeah, phone, I know. My channel just went live. Who'd have thought? I don't know why YouTube has to tell me that my shit's gone live. Like, I'm probably aware. I am here, after all. Anyway, so what was I doing last time? Right, those are all things to break down. Yeah, Yidishai. Okay. You're kidding! Okay, so the next mission up for Odachi is Wreathed in Flame. I only recently got an Odachi that I felt was ready for prime time. So I don't really mess around with weapons until I have something actually put together. Because I'm a wiener. I don't give a shit about that. I'll deal with you soon enough. Good stuff. So, of all the weapons, I actually find Odachi to be the least entertaining. Followed shortly by the axe. I don't tend to like bigger, slower weapons. However, I also like to master everything that's available when I can. Apologies that my sinuses are freaking out, by the way. They were totally fine, and then I hit, you know, start streaming, and suddenly they weren't fine anymore. Typical. There's another game where I normally don't bother having the in-game audio on, but I still haven't, like, arranged my playlist yet, so it is what it is. Gonna be this way until I figure it out. Oh, shit. I should probably not allow myself to catch on fire a lot, but hey, here we are. I'm not too worried about it. Or really at all worried about it. Yeah, I'll just go this way, fuck it. Good looking out. Really? Shut up. It's cute how, like, the music is all like, oh no, everything is serious now. There's demons afoot. Eh. I guess I was still standing in the fire. Couldn't really tell. I gotta say, the guarding animations for the Odachi kind of weird me out because, like, her head barely moves. Like, everything else does, and that's the part that makes it weird. Sup? don't be a dick lick. Bruh. Not gonna touch that. It's totally unnecessary. I tell you what, when I am a visitor in someone's game, that's one thing I really, really, really dislike is when they, like, when the other player touches frickin' shrines for no reason. Especially since, like, I don't know, in my opinion, there's definitely a few shrines in this game that are more bait than anything else. Like the one at about the halfway point of Sekigahara. I think that's the right one. The one that's like a foggy battlefield. Because honestly, if you're not relatively overpowered for that mission, that stage can be a dickhead if you interact with a shrine at that particular location. Because you're like right in the middle of all the things that want you dead. That's fine. Well done. Now, with all these Revenants, like, I always summon Revenants when I get the chance when I'm playing solo. I say that as though I ever call for a visitor. I don't. But if I did, like, see, I know the etiquette. When you have a visitor, you don't do Revenants. It's rude. Now he's gonna turn around and go his normal path because I'm too far away. But now we're done with everything, so... Now, on these, on these lower level stages, basically anything that produces equipment that's not relatively close to the level I am now, all of that shit just gets disassembled. Really? Dude, it's fucking in the middle of the day here. I did not push the button twice, but okay. Starting to have a feeling that this controller is dying off, but that's really not surprising because it already doesn't work very well on the Switch. Like, just the connectivity of it to the Switch doesn't work like it used to. I chalk that up to the fact that we traveled all over the fucking country with it. Or you know what, I might actually go ahead and put on my playlist and just skip things that I think might be problematic. That seemed pretty decent. This is one of the few tracks in this game that I think is actually really, really good, but I'm not sure if it plays at any other time aside from near this particular kappa. It's like feudal rock or something. I'm really not at all a fan of the noises that the kappa makes when you've interacted with it, but it's off at a distance. That's me saying the hell with it. Yeah, you know what? I've decided. Let's do this. SMD, turn that shit on. So this is the program that's actually going to show on stream what song is currently playing. Let's see what we got. We do have the Blessed Village, so let's go ahead and do that shit. This'll give me Umbracite, so I don't mind just going ahead and getting it done. So, funny enough, this stage actually has some skeletons out here. And I guess this is, like, beachfront? That are very clearly supposed to, you know, punish you for trying to avoid this guy. That hurt. Okay. Excuse me, sir. Cut that shit out. Nice aim. Ugh. With an Odachi specifically, that's possible. It might be possible with the spear as well, but the timing is weird. Like, you have to hold forward to influence exactly where it is you're dropping. But you have to do it right at the end after you've slid off the wall somewhat. Is I probably need to move this to the side. Because when I first started this game, I was very much about grinding the shit out of the very first stage. I was just trying to get used to like the movement and how to get like comfortable with everything. I hate that guy. I hate that guy some more. And as a result, I ended up developing more or less a speedrun route here. I'm not particularly worried about. I, honest to God, thought it wouldn't be able to hit me in there, though. It's fine. I think this might be a dual sword variant. Well, that was interesting. The game this track is from is game called Shoot Many Robots, as it says on the layout. The most interesting thing about that game, really, is just the fact that you can't get it anymore. Not legitimately. So far as I know, and like, it's not on Steam. Like, it's been delisted. And the people that made it were like, don't worry, it'll be back soon. It's been... We're like well and beyond soon. Soon didn't happen. That hit him in the face. I probably went from the Binding of Isaac to shoot many robots to, oh right, the Binding of Isaac. I promise there's more variety than that in there, and if you would like to have a game added to the music playlist, then you should suggest it to me, and at some point I will go through music from that game. Have the emphasis on some point, because I am a bit behind on... I was going to say on that, but realistically I'm a bit behind on most things. That was a bit weird. Eat shit. Eat shit some more. Can it not hit me now? Bro, come on. You can do it. You can't do it. I always forget about that shit. I'm sure that that's a really good attack in some cases, but I gotta say, I'm not a fan. And every time that I put it back on so I can test with it, I mess around with it and I decide very quickly after that that it sucks and that I don't want it anymore. It's funny to consider the following, that the quote-unquote parry on the Odachi, which is not at all a parry, it's a block and counter, but functionally it's shit, but is, like, by its mechanics, it's actually a little too good. Which I promise makes sense. Because, like, in comparing it to the axe, right, which is the only other comparable version of a quote-unquote parry, where it's an attack with a built-in block, you actually have to time that shit, whereas with the Odachi, you can just, like, you can use the quote-unquote parry as just a basic attack, just by, like, press and release, and you immediately get the attack. Or if you hold the attack, then you get that built-in guard, but that guard turns into the attack automatically if something touches the guard. And there doesn't appear to be, like, a gap between the guard and the counter, which would be one of the expected weaknesses of something like that, but no. It makes it a bit more mindless, from the perspective of, like, someone who enjoys landing a really good solid parry, right? The part about landing parries and counters of that variety that makes it feel slick and stylish, the kind of thing that makes it, you know, give you the endorphin rush, is nailing a nice, clean, sick counter out of, like, good timing. Bruh. God damn it to hell. Excuse me, sir. But see, like, I don't have to do any such thing with that. You just do the button and you hold it. No big deal. Oh, I forgot that. perfect. There's nothing quite like compounding the irritation of having to scratch an itch to begin with that fact leading to you to like punching your headphone off of your head. I was reading through some shit about reforging the other day, and somebody was like talking about how specific weapon types have specific reforging properties that you don't see anywhere else. And I thought that that's interesting. Stuff like apparently basic sword gets a more advanced version of guard key reduction. Apparently it goes up to 25 instead of just 20. Which is whatever. But the part of it that I found memorable was that they said that all tonfas are trash. That was a pretty funny take. And I'm going to tell you right now, just based on the fact that I force myself to get, like, capable with all of the different weapon types, and while I am only doing the earliest stages right now with Odachi, because I haven't done them with Odachi yet, that's how I go about learning weapons. I have been in co-op games with Odachi where I've had to fight, like, at-level shit already, so that's not a concern. I can tell you right now, none of the weapon types are trash. I think it's weird that anybody would even try to say something like that. But I will say that, like, I do feel like Odachi is the weakest of the group. I think it's, like, the most beginner-friendly. Because, like, it has a nice, huge, fat side-to-side hitbox. It does okay damage without you having to put any real thought into it. But, it's not like any of the weapons are, like, untenable. Of course, you can make it work no matter what you do. But I honestly think that the two strongest options are sword and tonfa. And it's mostly because of, like, the different options that they have. Kusa is pretty good. And, like, dual sword is an interesting one because there's, like, certain things that it's ridiculously overpowered about, particularly in the form of God of Wind 2. But, like, outside of that, it really doesn't have a lot of options. Like, it has a couple of really solid parries, but one of them can get you in a lot more trouble than it can get you out of. I don't remember what the skill is called, but that would be the guard light attack variety. You can use that to parry, like, even yokai, because basically it's just that if anything hits you during a certain window, that hit is completely nullified and your character reacts with a like a running slash. But like, aside from those two things, there's really not a hell of a lot of, like, advantageous shit going on with the dual swords. I was like, for as fast as all of the attacks are, particularly in, like, in low stance attacks are ridiculously fast, but they don't do a very good job of, like, causing status effects. So if you're trying to set something on fire, it's very bad at that. If you're trying to poison something, paralyze something, whatever status effect you might be looking for, it's not good at that shit. It's like it has like a half effect on that stuff. And then there's a dual sword that has like a different element per sword, which when I first saw that I was like, yo, that sounds sick. But then you realize that now the swords are doing 1/4 of the status effect. And there's basically no way in hell the status effect is ever actually going to happen. Because, like, anything that has a low enough resistance to status effects in general is going to be dead before you get a chance to actually inflict them with that shit. And anything that lives long enough to be inflicted with those status effects is going to resist the status effects. So it doesn't pan out. So the dual sword has a lot of weird problems, but then God of Wind 2 is just way too fucking strong. No, I didn't mean to do that. I don't need that shit at all. Matadozo. Still no? What in the hell is going on? So next up is Kanbei and the Overlord. That may be a mispronunciation of that name. Who's to say? Certainly not I. So I guarded to back up right there because sometimes your character is dumb and they circle around rather than just turning. And if she had done that, I would have fallen off of the cliff there. This isn't the only game I've ever experienced that has that wonky movement issue, but man, it's very annoying when you encounter it. Sir, shut up. Honestly, Spear would probably be one of the more overpowered weapon types if it weren't for the fact that it's ridiculously easy to collide with walls when attacking. Like, when you're in a narrow environment, that means pretty much the only valid option is either high stance, which is not a very good option, or or mid-stance heavy attacks. But, like, really, when it comes to combat in this game, I guess, like, everybody is gonna have their own takes, but then again, like, I don't know, I've seen so many players that don't seem to have the slightest fucking clue how to play this game, and then they have, like, opinions on what weapons are good and bad. You have the same kind of situation in God Hand where people that really don't know what the fuck they're talking about will comment on whether or not attacks are good or bad. I've got a really great example in a conversation I had with a couple of people that are very convinced that one of the people in the conversation is an expert on the game. And both of them were arguing that right roundhouse is a really, really, really bad, horrible, awful attack. Arguing as far as to say that barrel roll kick is better. Whew. Oh, man. Those sure were some days. I guess, like, the TLDR on all of that is, like, it's really interesting to hear. Like, when you've actually familiarized yourself with all of the mechanics, it's really interesting to hear the opinions of those who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. What's more is that when they share those opinions, especially when they try to tout them as just being objective facts, I don't realize just how much they are betraying the fact that they don't know what they're saying. Right roundhouse is one of the worst moves in the game. Ah, Jesus Christ. You know, I wouldn't even remember that conversation if it weren't for how absurdly wrong it was. Like, I would entertain the notion of low kick not being all that important a lot more easily than saying, oh right, roundhouse isn't good. Fucking I use that move all the time. That shit is objectively one of the more useful moves in the entire game. But if you don't know the mechanics very well, you wouldn't know that. Which leads back into the, like, it's funny when people try to pretend to be experts and when they make certain claims, they tell on themselves. Okay, man, let's go. Okay, spear user. Spear is not a bad way to go. In this area. I deserve it. I need to be faster with that setup if I'm going to use it. Why did that go away already? What? Are you serious? Dude, does nobody know how to use their guard button? Like, there's certain attacks in this game that, like, I understand that you would assume that you can't guard, but that's not one of them. You can totally guard. I promise. You know, more Binding of Isaac. Also, remember earlier when I said that I can definitely hang on higher difficulty stuff with the Odachi? I just proved that. It was messy, but then again, one of the reasons I'm looking for Umbracite right now is that I've recently changed armor sets, and one of the things I used to have was 2 of my pieces of armor had quicker recovery out of ki. I think, like, I don't... Hold on. Do I have the older pieces? Whatever. Basically, it makes it where when you run out of ki, you start recovering faster. Which is probably not something I necessarily need, but it's something I absolutely want. And before, 2 of my options had that. Now none of them do, and I really should do something about that. Oh, you know what? I just realized I should have done it that way. I hate that guy. I gotta agree with Atizian that that's one of the worst enemy types ever. Like, even when they're not deadly, they are very fucking annoying. I love how barely charged that had, like no actual forward movement, but still did a 3,000 damage. By the way, I'm at level cap, and I recently just got kind of bored, and went ahead and just maxed out all of the spirits. I say maxed out. They're at level 50. They're as maxed out as they can be at the playthrough that I'm at. No, sir. Yo, what's up, Stabilizer? I realize that, like, sometimes when I say stuff like that, anybody I have lurking, like, I've had somebody tell me before that they were confused, that they thought somebody was present that wasn't. It's the band. Stabilizer is not the game that this came from, it's the actual band's name. Any track that's from a game, in the artist space, I put the game that it's from rather than the artist who made it, because, like, otherwise, that sure does create a lot of confusion. And doing all of that, by the way, involved, editing every single tag on every single MP3 being used. It was kind of a lot of work. By kind of, I mean, like, holy shit. God, I hate this thing. That's one of those enemy types I just wonder if the game designers, like, ever considered whether it would be fun or not. It's like, the only particularly great way to handle that enemy is to range it. But, like, that's not fun, that's tedious. Or, you know, sneak up on it, but even then, I don't know. When enemies get, like, no chance to fight back, in some cases it's considerably less interesting. Tharby, slay the spire. I almost said splay the stire. God. You know what? Never mind. I can't talk in general. It's fine. That did not work out. Better luck next time. Oh, whoops. I could have sworn I knocked that tree down. Ugh. Unfortunate. Long walk back. Out of spite. I love the orchestral style of all that shit. The hell? It's a bit weird. It worked out, but it was a bit weird. Okay, the door is open. Fuck off. I guess I wasn't close enough. I wonder if I were to drink tea in front of it, if it would count. Honestly, this right here should be your first indicator that you should talk to NPCs when you're on missions. You see an NPC, talk to it. Pretty important detail when it comes to the source of evil. Because what is the item you get there? The Seraph Comb? Like, you don't actually need to go through those steps. You can in fact do exactly what the game tells you not to do. In other words, you can definitely 100% jump straight into the boss fight the moment the fucking stage starts. Even though you got the words. The Onmyo mage guy is literally telling you, you can't do this. You have to do it this way. Like, it turns out I can totally do it the way I want to, and that is great. I'm not going to need to pick that up yet. It's fine. I gotta say, you know, I have considered the notion of speedrunning this. but sometimes it crashes, and my brain doesn't want to deal with that. There's other reasons, community-wise, that I probably wouldn't want to get involved as well, but... I really hate that. That way over there was just a hot spring. Nothing important. For a second, it looked like his fucking legs came off. I was like, man, that's different. Alright, here in a minute I'm gonna take a short break. Partly to get a drink. Takes funny enough, take a pill I forgot to take earlier today. Because I'm an idiot. Wait, where does this hallway feed into? I feel like... Oh, yeah, I'm dumb. That was a really great interaction. Thanks. Bye. Honestly, That shit is kind of wild at how effective it is. Okay, I will be right back. Damn. I had to do it. I had to do it. What the dicks is going on with this drill arm? What the hell am I looking at right now?
I don't know. What are you looking at right now?
I got nothing. How to season steak properly to make it delicious. Pepper, cumin, salt and pepper. Steak is one of those things where it can stand up to a whole lot of different kinds of spices, but my personal opinion, you really don't want to overdo it because the flavor of the steak itself really should shine through. Fucking
2, 1, go!
I couldn't move. There was nothing I could do about anything. What a fucking good...
Sweet ride.
Where'd this fucker go? Really? I love it. What a fucking fight, man. I'm such a total badass. Oh, I'm dying. I'm gonna set myself on fire. Bleh. Pussy. I know, right? What a fucking fight.
I was expecting to jump off you, but whatever. Give a second. Alright. That happened. That fucking happened.
Damn it, baby.
That happened.
I don't know where you are.
I'm underground.
No, I mean, like, I know that, but I don't know... Okay, I'm back. So I just noticed that we had some network issues. Apologies for that. There's nothing I can do about that. We currently live at a hotel, so I am sadly subjected to this awful, horrible, shitty fucking hotel Wi-Fi. And there is legitimately nothing I can do about it. Sir! I didn't want to do that, I just wanted to do the sweeping motion. That shit. Murder all these pots. Okay, I guess I'm getting that on the way out then. Yeah, that's fair. Didn't turn on the timer. Dumb. I'll take no theories to the contrary. Apparently I forgot about this. There's gonna be a revenant in here. This one is set in stone. Cut down by outlaw. There are no outlaws. Yo, there's two of us. You do actually have to talk to her first, okay. That was a bit odd. Gotta say, like, we have a lot of music from the Dungeon Fighter Online. And Dungeon and Fighter, those are both the same game. And it makes me want to play it again every time that I hear something from it. I know that this is not a track from it, but we did hear a song from it a moment ago. It's a damn shame that game's not actually good. It used to be. But like it hit a point in time where they were making like quality of life changes to make certain aspects of the game less of a pain in the ass. So like overall, I guess you could say they made the game easier in some ways, but in some ways that wasn't a bad thing. But it's gotten to a point now where like, yeah, it just lays down and lets you kick the shit out of it. With the exception of one aspect of it, and that is like the end game. And the end game, you're gonna get some pushback, and you'll need, you know, some parties to do raids with and shit. But aside from that, the game just like lays down and lets you kill it. So this happens sometimes where after you've been disconnected, like Nioh doesn't negotiate well with a shitty internet connection. So when you've been disconnected and you have to reconnect, it does this shit where you essentially have to reset that protocol. So that's what we just did, was like the first time that you go back into trying to use the Torii Gate, it just can't complete the function. I'm so glad I didn't bother to finish that game. Thrash Bandicoot. That's a new name. Haven't seen this person before. But yeah, Astral Chain was, like, entertaining, but it was very, very bad. I don't know why everyone bows. The dojo greeting is literally a greeting. Is this person gonna follow me mindlessly? By the way, if you ever find yourself wanting to get rid of an element on your weapon, just switch away from it and back to it. Why? Hey, if you didn't know how to handle the fight, and, like, you didn't have to living armor, or living weapon, rather, you could have just let me handle it. What a waste, bruh. God, using the Odachi is such a pain in the ass. This person is just following me mindlessly, and sometimes I'll do stuff like what I just did to test that. I really don't like that. That's actually something about other players that, like, really annoys the shit out of me. I don't think that there will be any spot in this particular stage where that's a problem, but there are some stages where it can be. What I mean, like, for instance, Spider Nest Castle. The problem is that there's a spot in that stage where there's an uphill area. Yo, it's Nioh music. Where there's an uphill area where you go through it and then you get bouldered. And when you've got somebody just following you without thought, if you know what you're doing, you're probably going to go through that area without, without putting too much thought into the boulder, because you know how to avoid it, but they don't, so they're just following you mindlessly. They get bouldered, they die. Very frustrating. Yo, thanks for getting in the way. Another thing that's frustrating about other players in combat in this game is, like, it's so common for players to just end up on the same side of enemies as you, which they shouldn't do. Ever. Ever. It doesn't make sense to do that. Because, like, you want one player on one side of an enemy and the other player on the other side of the enemy, so that when one is being focused on, the other can go nuts. It's very fucking stupid for both players to end up on the same side, especially in this game where, like, what happens is one gets to the point where they're just pushing the other player away from the enemy. I don't know where they are or what they're doing, but fuck them. I've said it before, I'll say it again, I don't really give a shit if these people progress when I'm quote-unquote helping them as a visitor. I mean, like, the people that will actually take my lead to an extent, I don't mind pointing them out the, fucking damn it. I don't mind pointing out to them where the Kodama are. But on everybody else, I'm just like, fuck them. Like, really, I'm here for the Umbracite. I get my Umbracite. I really couldn't care less. And I mean, in lieu of that, yes, it definitely helps if we complete the stage. So our goals are intertwined to an extent. Okay. Yeah. These people. Wait, Fucking I get all turned around and shit. Oh, shit. That happens sometimes. Bruh. Again, what's with all of the living weapon? You need to fucking calm down with that shit. See, like, the problem with that is that if you're constantly doing living weapon, you're not gonna learn how to fight the fucking enemy, dude. See, this dude was just gonna swing randomly. Gotta love it when fighting human enemies around other humans. It's so dirty. Priorities. Okay, we're not done yet, though. Please continue to mindlessly follow me. At least that would make you consistent. Or don't. Yeah, fucking get over here, dude. What are you doing, mate? Fuck him. I don't care if he gets the Kodama. Are you really this dense? Man. Okay, that's good. Let's go. There's nothing over there. Let's go. It's worth noting that as the visitor, when this combat begins, the first thing that the boss is going to do is attack the host player. Happens every time. In fact, if I immediately try to damage the boss, I'm just going to do zeros. Remember I said that she was going to immediately attack the host player? Shit's fucking annoying, mate. How much do I have now? Because not very much. Shorten recovery time out of key. Yeah, that's what it is. Because that's what we're trying to get. Oh, hey, I should probably lock that back down. Wonder if it's the same guy. Seems like. It is interesting that, like, when I'm a visitor with people in this particular stage, when they, when they first get into the boss, they always go to the same direction. They always travel to the right. Why? Whoops. I'm an idiot. Other side of the building. That was more proof, though, that this guy is just dropping where, like, following me without thought. We're all the way on the other goddamn side of the world. Why are we this far away? Because this dude decided he did not want to touch the shrine. have no idea what this dude is doing. Do you want to touch it this time, you shit? Are you serious? You don't need to fuck with that yet. Fucking jackass. Yo, it smells like somebody on this floor is or has made waffles. What are you fucking doing? I hate this guy. By the way, he went to the right again. I don't know what it is about that boss. Everybody goes to the right. I don't think it matters. It's just weird that literally everyone goes the same direction. Like, literally nothing that, like, there's nothing I can do to prevent what's killing him, because he simply needs to, I don't know, dodge a fucking attack. Just one. Because once he dodges an attack, I can actually start fighting the boss. But, like, I'm literally not even in the room and able to, Yeah, that's cute and everything, or you could dodge a single attack so I can actually start fighting the boss with you. Look, you decide when we fight the boss, I'm just gonna kill shit. Or you could follow me blindly. There's... You still gonna try to follow me blindly? There's a wall here. I see, like, here's the thing. Are you serious, guy? Are you serious? It doesn't benefit me in any real way to just watch him suck at fighting the boss repeatedly. Or not even fighting the boss. Like, literally any interaction, he's just incapable. Right, where, like, I'll go off somewhere that doesn't make any sense to go. And, like, literally, I just do this waiting for them to activate the boss fight, because there's nothing to do other than to run up to the boss fight door and go in. There's nothing else for this guy to do. I'm literally just fucking around right now. But, like, I honestly just do this so that I might potentially pick up more Umbracite. But, like, while I'm doing this, I should be getting interrupted by the player going into the boss fight. What? Why? I don't know why you're following me. Are you serious? This is why you don't blindly follow! It's literally a one-way trip to the grave. That's honestly, that's no different than the boulder example that I gave, is that he just wandered right into the damage. Man, I sure do hope I don't get completely deleted while I, like... It's sort of like multiple people stopped at a red light, right? And this dude goes just because the person in front of them go. No actual thought put into whether or not that was a good idea for the people in front of them to go. Mindless ass bullshit. Okay, there's literally no more enemies. What the fuck are you doing? Just go, goddamn. Yep. Now we've wasted one of my attack up pills. Not that it's gonna matter, he's gonna die immediately. Remember how earlier I said that it was embarrassing that he keeps going into living weapon on every enemy? And it's because you never actually end up learning how to fight when you do shit like that. Like, imagine if somebody was playing God Hand, right? Imagine if their first experience with God Hand, they just had unlimited God Hand. They could just pop that shit whenever they felt like they weren't comfortable. Then they're just going to keep popping God Hand. They're never going to actually learn how to fight anything. Like, that's just going to be their permanent experience the whole time. I'm, like, if it matches me with the same person, I'm just gonna exit. Okay, cool. Different person. Good lord, bruh. Oh, I've fought with this person before. They are acceptable. Oh, fuck off. So yeah, I'm not gonna do the strategy of just dropping down because I actually know how to navigate that drop, and sincere doubt that they do. Shit. Yep, good timing, dude. I wouldn't have made it without you. Or are you just standing there watching? Thankfully, I don't need his help to open this door. By the way, for anyone not familiar with this part of the game's functionality, there is an item that the game gives you for free when you summon a visitor. And that is the option to expel visitors from your world. So I think it's called like the Sacred Salts. Ah, God, I hate that. They have a ridiculously fast attack. The wind-up is basically nothing. I do not know what this person is doing. Possible that they're fighting revenants, I guess? Oh, shit. Yo, well done, mate. You sure did. You sure did fight a revenant. Apparently relatively nearby. Like, dude, it's bad manners to us to summon revenants at all with a visitor, and I'll tell you why. When you're a visitor in somebody else's world, it scales you down to a certain level. I'm not really sure what that scaling is exactly, but it scales you down. And it scales the drops up. So, I do know how it scales the drops up. So, the equipment that drops... You see that this is level 250? See how this is 250 plus 26? I promise you the level of the mission that we were in does not match that. So, basically what it is that it raises the level of the equipment that drops up to the level of equipment that drops in the highest mission level you've completed. There is one caveat to that. Doesn't affect Revenant drops. The Revenant drops are set in stone by the Revenant. So, on top of it just being a giant pain in the ass to fight human enemies around actual other human players, because a lot of the time they just swing randomly and hope everything works out. Which is extremely frustrating, not gonna lie. Let's see, do I have enough to get there? I don't. It's like I would need, 6 more to get 1 quality. Or, no, yeah, 6 more to get 1 fabled. And then I would need... Oh, well, actually... Fuck! I'm 1 short. I did the math wrong. Now, this guy could have just, not been a stupid shit dick. You don't summon Revenants. Like, look, if you're gonna summon Revenants, you shouldn't be calling in help. It's just as simple as that. Really? Bro, like, the one chance that you got to fucking actually help out. Instead, I watch him just sort of walk past it and flounder. Christ. Earlier I said that this guy was acceptable. No, never mind. A dead man screamed at me. What? What are they doing? This is going to be the 4-mark countdown is going to take. I will do tea time 3 times. If they don't fucking get down here by then, I'm just gonna voluntarily leave this matchup. He's climbing up. I know what he's doing. He's gonna try to do the drop down. If he's in the middle of trying to do the drop down, then I'll show a little bit more patience, but and if we are that, and if we are those things, there's nothing else my heart can be, but I don't want to stay here, so come away, won't you come away? And if we are that, and if we are those things, someone else my heart could be. But, oh, you're dead. Oh, wait, what? Okay, I'm not quite sure. Dumbass. Still might die. Especially, like, that was such an unnecessary risk. Why didn't you at least heal yourself? Don't do it. You're not gonna get the Emeritas either. God. Because I don't expect you to survive. You better interact with that. And if we are those things, there's nowhere else my heart could be. But I don't want to stay. Now what is he doing? What the fuck is he doing now? Get your dumb ass right over here. There's a Kodama, save him. Ugh. Why? Why? Oh, okay. Ugh. Wait, are you literally just not doing anything? Hey, you know what? Yeah, I can also not do anything. I'm very adept at not doing anything. I'm not your fucking babysitter, dude. Dude, this is a refight. You should already very much know how to fight this guy. Fuck off. I'm out of here. Shit sucks, bro. I'm not your fucking babysitter. I'm not here to hold your hand and do all the work for you. Especially, like, here's the thing, like, I'm here for the Umbracite. The only, like, benefit I get to completing the stage with you, really, is one piece of just the normal Umbracite. It's not quality, it's not fabled, it's not divine, it's just the normal shit. Just one piece of it. So, like, realistically, my participation when it comes to the boss fight is generosity. Because I could fuck off before the boss fight. Because I'm unlikely to get anything from it. And then, like, dude, this person was summoning revenants, and then, nah, dude, like, if I get paired up with AFD anymore, like, that's blacklist material right there. Not gonna help out this stupid piece of shit. No, are you serious? Did you die right after I left? I'm not gonna help you. No way in hell. I got 46 Emerita for showing up and immediately leaving. If it pairs me with them again, we'll just do a basic mission. Okay, good. I mean, we're still gonna do a basic mission because no one else is around. completely different story when I'm by myself. God damn, dude. It's easy to forget how frustrating it can be to play with other humans when you haven't done it in a bit. Man. That shit is just disgraceful. I mean, it's not particularly worse, I guess, than the dude that was just living weaponing everything. Like, either way, like, either you essentially use the God Hand on everything to get through, or you require somebody else to do it, but one way or the other, you're not going to learn how to fight anything. Maybe I'm a bit of a dick about this kind of thing, but I mean, for real, I feel like if you're not learning how to fight anything in a game like this, you're a twat. Why are you even playing this game if you're not willing to learn how to fight things? Like, that is the entire game experience. Oh wait, whoops. That's fine. Damn it. I hate menus that, like, take a really long time for it to allow you to interact with it. Like, come on. Just let me go. Let's do this. I do wish that these could be summoned more quickly as well. That was somebody trying to do a level 1 challenge. I understand how that would go in like a Dark Souls game, but in this game where you can pick up better equipment, like a level 1 challenge isn't necessarily all that intense in comparison. Thing is, like, half of your strength really comes from loot. Maybe even more than half of your strength. I'd have to, like, do a test. I know the other day I was testing some special effects by beating up on Ryoki on Way of the Strong, I think it was. I was trying to figure out how combat key damage and break and all of that shit actually works. It turns out not very well. That shit sucks. Plus, like, it's funny because, like, I read descriptions online of, like, what people were saying those things were, and, like, how they functioned, and literally none of them were correct. Pretty much the general consensus was that, combat key damage causes you to lower enemies' ki when you hit them while they're not blocking, and break is when you hit them when they are blocking. False. Entirely false. So the special effect of combat key damage plus actually is entirely 100% reticent of adding to scenarios where you were already going to do key damage. So if the thing that you did not already have some inherent key damage involved, it's not going to add more to it. Whereas break makes it where everything that it applies to does some key damage. The reason that that's not as good as it sounds is because break does so little key damage that it's really not that useful. Ow. Like, I could see those being applied, like, in conjunction with something like earth damage. And, you know, honestly, I've not really fucked around with trying to use earth. I guess I, at some point, really should use earth damage, see if bluster, or muddied, that's what comes up. Bluster is wind. So you got Scorch, Saturate, Blustered, Electrified, Muddied. Anyways, but supposedly when enemies are muddied, they lose ki fantastically easily. Like, just like the tiniest little things is supposed to make them lose a decent amount of ki. Does that actually work? I don't know. I'd like to find out at some point. The Murky Demon Realm. Have we murkied? We have not on Odachi, so let's just go ahead and do that. Oh, okay, yeah, that's not going to work out very well. I stabbed him in the butt, and that was near fatal, all on its own. Oh, come on. I do not respect the fact that when he puts his hands on the ground to leap at you, that it just magically has a hitbox because his hands went there. It seems like a dumpster fire reason for it to have a hitbox. Like contact damage with the stupid elemental heads. Just the fact that they touched you hurts. I hate that shit. I'm not gonna bother with this shrine because there's another one relatively soon, and hell, we're barely into the fucking stage. Honestly, a lot of these yokai are not at all threatening. It's just that people don't bother to do anything to learn how to fight them. Oh, that hit your face. And, like, my personal thought is, like, even if your method of fighting an enemy is relatively cowardly, so long as if you have a method involving your melee attacks that works, fuck off, then I don't care if it's a bit on the cowardly side. And why specify melee specifically? Because alternatively, you have situations where somebody would just bow and arrow something forever. Or use, like, ninja stars, like, you know, shurikens, kunai, etc., etc. Like, at some point you're gonna need, because those are consumables, you can run out of those. I'm never gonna run out of Odachi or Tonfa or Spear or whatever weapon I might be choosing to use that day. You're not going to run out of that weapon, or the skills involved. And, like, ki is infinite. You know what I mean? Oh, I shouldn't have done this. I think that this is the beginning again. Yeah, it is. I'm dumb. Oh well. I guess that means it's fine that I did it dumb, because no one could see it. Hello, I guess we're back. Yeah, like that. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that that strategy is not kind of cowardly. It's pretty basic. It doesn't require me to actually approach. But at the same time, it is a melee method. It is a close quarters combat method that does not require me to rely on consumables. Oh, shit. I almost got grabbed. That would have been annoying. You know, I don't think I ever realized that this was an option. Huh. Oops. It's funny, here recently I've noticed more things, like, actually there's a couple of things I've noticed about this map that I had never realized before. I am an idiot. Okay, yeah, this went poorly. Part of it was that, like, I dashed, didn't attack, and tried to dash out of it, and the game was just like, nah. You're gonna sit here and get grabbed instead. And then everything went to shit. I'm not even sure why it was like, kicking down that ladder basically means that if I die right now, then the shrine, which is just behind that ladder, will, you know, I'll just be able to climb the ladder and be essentially back where we were. That's the reasoning for it. But I clearly don't need that. So I don't know why I bother. Oh no. My head armor. It's like when it comes to like weakening of different pieces of armor, and like I find it a little annoying that there's a special effect for weapons that's weaken armor head, weaken armor torso, weaken armor arms, weaken armor waist, I think is that one, and then weaken armor leg. Why couldn't it just be weaken armor? It'd just be like a % value across the whole spectrum instead of, I don't know, it feels weird. But I also don't know how much it actually affects anything. I do know that, like, weaken melee weapon is pretty intense. What? Fucker. I guess he barely touched the ledge and went into the little tripping animation. You know, when I initially hear this track, I always think that it's Astral Chain. I gotta say that giant lunge with the Odachi is pretty intense. The spear has a similar skill, and so does the Tonfa, of all things. Just like a rush forward punch. He was about to grab me. But like the Tonfas I would say is probably the strongest, but it's also the shortest range. And the spear, I don't know if the spear is any stronger. I think the spear has a lot more range. But it also is really, really slow. Eat shit, sir. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that when you drop down on that particular yokai, it's got two different places where you're gonna hit it, the head and the body. Okay, so it looks like you actually have to charge it all the way through in order... Yeah. I see, because the second attack had a different effect as well. Stabilizer, by the way, if anyone is curious, their music is free. It's totally legal to download, share, all of that good shit. In fact, there's a track on their first album called Mission Statement that says exactly that. They want you to share it with your friends. And if you've received this music for free, then it means my plan is working. What? Fuck. That went very poorly. Oh, what? Suck a dick, video game. That was definitely bullshit. I'm just gonna call out that nonsense right there. Have a damaged butthole. That's fine, because you're dead now. You don't have to worry about your damaged butthole. Okay. You don't see anything, huh? Okay, so there's a Kappa here, behind that wall. Ugh. You're kidding! You're kidding! Suck my ass. Fucking dumb, dude. Ugh. Why am I applying this here? Speaking of dumb. Imagine using your body to break, like, boxes and shit. Oh, did I still not open this? I really should do that just in case. Just in case stupid shit happens, but usually dumb... Like, the only kind of dumb shit that tends to happen to me these days is just random instances where my character falls off of shit for no reason. I definitely don't have strong feelings about how stupid that is. I'm just, in general, not pro fall to your instant death, like, map design. It's just not my jam. There's no reason to cast this, I'd be willing to bet. Oh, shit! Later, bro. You know, connect, please. I am curious. So, trying to remember, where are the 7 good things? I think Ogress is Tokai? The 7 good tidings. Okay, Kadama Bowl Divine on Way of the Wise Ethereal? No. Definitely not. Yeah, it is level 150 stuff. I mean, like, I'll keep a +1 for sure, but I say that like I ever go back into the, like, +1, +2 range to level stuff up, but I really don't. Maybe at some point, maybe once I get to a point to where I have too many items, I'll go back and work on the shit. Yo. Draconian Tower stage. This is Sky Tower. This stage doesn't even exist anymore. So far as I know, this song is no longer in the game. You know, I expected to hear from Viv by now. I wonder if Twitch will let me log in yet. Had a whoopsie with Twitch earlier because, well, frankly, Twitch is a shit awful service. Hooray, I can log in now. God, dude, fuck shield mode. Stop telling me about stuff. Twitch is such a bad service. They add, like, totally random nonsense. They really want me to explore shield mode. Okay, I did it. Hooray. Now stop it. I love how it says layout 1 updated, like I'm gonna have multiple layouts, especially considering that it doesn't actually save them. Uh-oh. There she is. I'd be willing to bet that the function is broken. In which case, back out, re-enter. Oh. Interesting. The conspirators, that's what this map is. No. I'm not here to help AFD. AFD can suck a dick. No one else? Yeah, it's... You know what? I think that's a good place to stop. Let's see. Dark mode, god damn it. Yeah, that's it for me. I got nothing else.